Happy Friday afternoon. One of our new linemen, Tim, he's aggressive enough, but he needs to shape the aggression for D-line and O-line. It'd be great. Like, he's big, he's forceful, he doesn't quite get low enough, but again, that's shaping the aggression. Get him with pad. Yeah. And like Mitchell, we'll have like our chunky O-line and whatnot, and he'll be a good cycle around for D middle. Anyways, yeah, so last night was not good. If you guys watched until the end of the video when I was at practice, my voice was shaky. I was not. Because my anxiety was over the moon. I wasn't nearly as productive at practice, but as Martine did say, that's why that video ended weird, is because Martine was walking up, and I just decided, let's just stop recording. So I put friendship and mental health over the vlog at that point. So to give a quick synopsis of things that added to the problem is, not only was I having a ridiculously high level of anxiety on the train. Now, to be fair, it was a packed Sprinter, and I wasn't sitting, I was standing, but I was leaning up against one of those like padded benches. I don't know, some bus stops are doing it where it's just this angled little pad or something, and it's like, you can sit here and rest, but it's not something you'd sleep on. Anyways, but the tram has the Sprinter has those like right around, especially around the bathroom area. So I was just leaning up against that with all my stuff underneath my legs, and I was propped out. But like all of a sudden, 123 heart rate, like, and I'm sweating. And to be fair, it was hitting my back. The sun was hitting my back, but that doesn't mean much. What are we doing? So I'm going out for a walk right now. Kids are going on to their afternoon break. And so they're out and about, and if I get too close to them, they'll point out and be like, oh my God, it's a flocher. It's a flocher. So I'm gonna talk to you guys when I get to the other side of the neighborhood. And the small kids were getting out of school, and yeah, anyways. So not only was my heart rate really high on the train, I got to the station and I was like, hey, is this, it was warm on the train, there's a lot of people on the train, and I was standing, so I wasn't sitting and resting, but it's still like 123 seems a bit high. So I have a doctor appointment next Thursday, because with the random amounts of anxiety and just sitting down playing WoW, doing like nothing, and getting a little bit of like anxiety from like the thrill of doing something, like a pretty intense boss fight in Raid Finder, which I know is not intense, but sometimes when you have a lot of people dead and you guys are really pushing the enrage timer, it can get a little bit in there. But that's the thing, is it's fucking Raid Finder. Why was I needing to go lay down and like have a calm down after Raid Finder? A Torghast, a simple little conversation with Aaron about something in Torghast, and it got me a little frustrated, and I had to go lay down. It's like I don't have a throttle on how my anxiety or adrenaline gets released right now. So it does get released, it's just full blast. And that's, I don't know. So anyways, so when I get to the station, I go, okay, fine, this is cool. Let's wait for my bus. Got about 10 minutes. So I get to the station and I'm like, okay, well, it's nice and chilly outside. It's not crowded, and I'll be able to sit down at the actual bus depot. Be fine. I wound up taking the next bus because the first one like left for some stupid fucking reason. I don't know why. I was there at 45. The bus is supposed to leave at 59. About 02, The bus that was probably supposed to be ours changed into the 320, grabbed a bunch of people, and ran off to Amstel Station. So every successive bus that kept coming by at the main station, we're like, is this ours? Nope, nope. And then like one of them pulled up and said 999 geen dienst. And I was like, okay. And it pulled up, and the guy wasn't letting anybody on, you know, because he had to log in and select what bus it was through the computer so that the ticket machine worked. I wasn't really bothered by it. And there was all of us backed up waiting to get on. And like people started getting on, and someone finally asked, wait, is this the 3? Niet 1? He says, yeah, it's 3. So then like he had to open up the doors, and like the person who was moving furniture had to like wiggle back out of the main door or the back door, because we all thought it was gonna be the one coming in late. But we wound up just taking the whole next bus, which puts me at like 46, 47 out at the bus stop by, you know, it gets me out there at like 38. So then I'm beating feet all the way down to the field trying to get there so I have enough time to change before we have to do Roncha. So I'm stressed, I'm feeling late, and I'm gonna go jog. And my anxiety is already higher than all fuck out, because we all know how I don't like to be late. So yeah, I wasn't late, but it's my late. And so yeah. But the fact that, you know, and Martijn calmed me down during practice, you know, I didn't go too terribly hard, I didn't fight it, I didn't do anything over the top. My finger did freak out a little bit, but that's fine. But again, mental health is the fact that I got out of the house, I went all the way to practice, and I did what I could. And I was actually successful in numerous drills, especially the new one, especially once I realized what it was that we were doing. And so, yeah. Fast forward till after practice, none of the socialites were there at practice, so I didn't really hang around and have pictures and like a cup or two of beer, so I just like left and was like, okay, cool. I obviously I missed the bus that was at like 10 to 14 because I didn't leave the field till like 10:15. Totally fine. But usually I grab the bus that's, I had an alarm set for 10:50 to say, get the fuck to the bus right now. I was like, whatever, I'll just go. So I waited, and I got to the thing, and it was like 19 minutes until 10, whatever. I got out there, and I was like, oh, we gotta wait 20 minutes for the bus. Fine. 19 minutes later, I'm out there standing in the middle of the night. This is like 10:45 at night in Hilversum. In not even downtown Hilversum. Like out on the outskirts of the city. And I'm just waiting for my bus. And then I notice it goes dash dash. And the one below it, which comes half an hour later, says 33. 32. 31. The moment that one switched to 30, the other one, it moved up and it said, you know, 59 minutes, 29 minutes. And I was like, so that bus just ended. It just fizzled out of existence. So I sat there till 11:13, got into the station, went to the went to the train, got on the train, rode it all the way back, wound up picking up some beers from a kiosk of all things, because the Appies were closed 5 minutes before I got to them. Because I literally like rolled up at like 12:02 and they closed, weird hours, 23:55, whatever. So I get 2 pieces of pepperoni pizza from New York Pizza, and then I grab a half-liter Hertogian from kiosk, because I already had one in my bag, and I just went the fuck home. Got home, like midnight, like everything was just so delayed and so overly stressed. And the fact that I made it through it, cool. But I definitely now have a doctor appointment for next Thursday. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm exhausted. I'm sore. I'm bruised. And I didn't get to bed till like 2:30 at night because when I got home, I drank beers and then played a little bit of WoW because I needed to calm down and chill. Otherwise, I was going to go in bed and watch TikToks while Aaron's trying to sleep. It was pointless. My sleep score is like 50 something because I then had to wake up, get Aaron out of bed, and then, yeah. It's been a day, so I'm explaining what's going on. I'm explaining the mental health and that I'm okay. I meant to have much more mental health talky today, but the progress so far is that I have a doctor appointment next Thursday. I have therapy on Tuesday, otherwise I would have had a doctor appointment on Tuesday. So, yeah, so psychotherapy next Tuesday, doctor appointment for possible adrenal, like thyroid shit. Like I need something looked at medically, and that's on Thursday. Tomorrow's probably going to be a regular old day. And then Sunday is practice.